Hi friends, so I started to Tree Hill about 3 years ago and took an intermediate stop. Now it appears you're having a steering wheel angle, but this is the best we're going to get right now. So these videos I originally posted on TikTok from the span of years, like I said. But I wanted to house them on YouTube because TikTok is probably going to go, I'm filming this on the 10th, and I decided I want them to live on here. And I'm also going to further... There's a cat on the ledge again. And there's a different cat though. The other one was like this little gray one. This one's a black cat. So I intend on finishing One Tree Hill, and I will end up finishing it on this app. But I wanted the start of my journey to also be somewhere. So it is going to be on this video. And something you're gonna notice, the videos are going to be vertical. I'm going to try to crop them as best as I can so that you're not seeing just like black lines on the sides. But again, they were made by like 16 by 9. So there's only so much I can do. So without further ado, here's the start of my One Tree Hill journey. And I look forward to finishing it probably very soon. But also I have this thing where I stop watching TV shows because it makes me sad that I'm about to finish it. So guess what? The other day I ended up rewatching the pilot of One Tree Hill. This is like the 4th time I've seen it. You know what? I really liked it every time. I really liked it every time. Also, this will only be part 1, which is going to be seasons 1 through 4, and then 5 through 8 are going to be a second part, which will come short. I may be nearly 2 decades late to the party, but I have finally started One Tree Hill. I know people love this show. I have finished the pilot and I'm halfway done through episode 2. I know little to nothing about this show. I knew that they were brothers, there was basketball involved, and people talk about Brucus. That was about everything I knew. I mean, it's in the best possible way, but low-key got a bunch of characters confused because white people kind of look the same. Also, Brooke wasn't in episode 1, which I was very confused because I thought she was going to be my favorite, and I was like so ready to ship Brucus in episode 1, season 1. She was literally not there. Haley was though, and I thought Haley was Brooke for like the first half of the episode. Very confusing. Broski's over there. Fucking hilarious. Big fan. Oh, another little random thing that I do know is that people compare this love triangle to the one in Gossip Girl and then in Euphoria. So I think I'm going to be a Brucus, but this is me assuming. I've gone into TV shows fully expecting to be like a shipper of one ship and then being on the other ship. So like, we'll see how this goes. A little thing. This dude annoys me. And I feel like he's going to have the version of like a Damon Salvatore effect, which I know he did it first. So technically does Damon Salvatore have a Nathan Scott effect? Possibly. I feel like I might love him by the end of the season, or I might fucking despise him even more. So far, I think these two are my favorite characters, and I also really like his mom. This is my update of my thoughts halfway through season 1. I remember saying that I was either gonna love him or hate him. I love him so much. I am a Nathan Scott apologist. I was also very curious if I was gonna be a Brucus or a Layden. Fuck both of them. I'm a Naylee. I also got spoiled that they end up married, which I'm not mad about at all, because I googled her and her last name was Scott, which, like I said, not mad about it at all. Very interested to see how that works out. This man, public enemy number 1, that being said in that episode when it's his birthday, he grew on me the tiniest bit for saving Lucas, and also because you saw that it was like intergenerational trauma that his father posed on him. So I hate him maybe 0.07 less than I did before. Love Queen Deb though. Also currently, she's not speaking to him, but I'm rooting for these two hardcore. I hate him maybe 0.07 less than I did before. Love Queen Deb though. Queen Deb, I was rooting for you. How fucking dare you leave Nathan with his shitty ass fucking father for what, dick? Also, any good deed that I ever said about Dan Scott, fuck that man. Fuck that man. I may be a horrible person, but is it bad that I didn't feel terribly awful for Brooke with the whole Peyton and Lucas cheating thing? Oh my god, this is so bad. Hear me out. They had only been dating for like 6 weeks. Like, it's not that serious. You're also like 15 in high school. I'm not saying that like cheating is okay, but I think 15 years old being a cheater is very different than being like 37 married with kids cheating. Do you know what I mean? I also feel like it was pretty obvious from the beginning that Peyton and Lucas had feelings for each other. And like, if Brooke and Peyton are such good friends, how is Brooke unaware, or is she like in denial? Like, it's pretty clear that she's aware in around episode 7 and 8 that Peyton and Lucas have feelings for each other, and it's like, why would you as a person go after someone that your friend has feelings for, even if you do? Like, the key thing here is like, neither of you go after that person. Also like purposely tries to get Peyton and Nathan back together, even though she knows that it's like a toxic relationship, to get Peyton out of the way so she can end up with Lucas. I completely understand why she feels betrayed by this, but also she had to have seen it coming in some ways. I want to make it clear that I'm not saying these two are innocent by any means, but I do think that like Brooke should have seen it coming. Like, I'm trying to think of myself in her place, and it's like my boyfriend and my best friend for however many years, and I knew that they like sort of had feelings for each other, and you can tell when one of your friends has a crush. Like, I don't know about you, but like, am I making sense? I feel like you can tell, and you can also tell when your boyfriend is disinterested in you. So I don't know how like she couldn't put 2 and 2 together before, I have pulled an Alana Gilbert and I switched brothers. Lucas has turned out to be such a fucking hypocrite. It's honestly annoying the shit out of me. And this baby boy deserves the world. It took me weeks, but I finally finished the first season of One Tree Hill. What can I say? I'm a busy girl. That, and also my mom and I started binge watching old seasons of The Amazing Race on Hulu. A bitch's hook. I knew these two were gonna get married like pretty early on into the show. I just didn't expect it to be season 1. I was thinking maybe like season 2 finale. But I'm here for it. I love them. I have mixed feelings about this friendship. I have mixed feelings especially about Brooke and her honesty with Nikki and like writing it down. She's like, she's going to Seattle, but we never saw that paper. So is it gonna like come back and be like, she was fucking lying? Because here's the thing, girlie. The equivalent of some dude cheating on you who you've been dating for 6 weeks. 6 weeks? Yeah, 6 weeks. Is not the same as sabotaging Jake to the point that he could get his baby taken away. Like, I believe her when she said it, but I also don't trust writers because I've been screwed over one too many times. Still hooking up was shocking, but not as shocking after this scene in particular. I don't know, there was something there that was like, they're hinting at a possible connection, but I am still team Karen Keith. And we left off with Mr. Dan Scott on the floor gasping for air. And I'm not even gonna lie, I kind of enjoyed it. My favorite character, episode, and ships of season 1 of One Tree Hill, which I'm watching for the very first time. I'm doing a top 8 for characters, and I have Lucas in 8th because I really liked him in the first half of the season, and then his character has slowly been going downhill. Math's in 7th, and though he rarely shows up, whenever he does, I'm very happy to see him. Keith is 6th. I have Brooke in 5th, and I feel like a lot of my issues with her is that people hyped her up to this level, which I thought I was gonna love her to death, and I'm just currently not feeling it. So I feel like I've been extra harsh on her, but 5th isn't a bad ranking. Jake is 4th, and though I got him confused with the whole bunch of the basketball players because they low-key all look the same at first, I'm a big fan. I have Peyton in 3rd. Has she done some questionable things? Yes. Do I still like her? Yes. 3rd place. Talking about questionable things, I have Nathan in 2nd. Once again, this dude was a fucking asshole in the first few episodes, but he's in 2nd place, so good on you. 1st place is my best girl, Haley James, and now Scott, because she just got married in this last episode. I just hope that her character doesn't change, because they were talking about popularity, and I hope she stays who she is, and like popularity doesn't go to her head and ruin her. My favorite ship by far. Love these two. My only complaint is that they should have been a little bit more of a slow burn. I love a good slow burn. Their tutoring sessions had me gagged. I love them. I need these two to raise that baby together. I love these two so much. Once again, this is the slow burn that I'm looking for. I need to feel pain when I see the ship not be together. And this is how I'm feeling right now. I hope that they reunite and become a happy little family. 3rd place. I'm still rooting for them. It might take them a second, but I believe. Come for me. But I have them in 4th because I truly do believe that they have a connection. I just don't like the way that they went about it. Now for the episodes, I have 4. I don't think they're in a specific order, but the finale is definitely one of them. It was a really good episode. I just hadn't planned to do episode rankings, so it's not like I took notes to see which ones I liked most. Episode 17 I really liked as well. It was like where we had Brooke choreographing the dance. Big fan. The pilot was also really, really good. And so was episode 6. I knew that I could not trust this man. Not for a second did I believe that he had actually changed. However, when Jules came on my screen, I was literally shocked. Officially halfway done with season 2 of One Tree Hill. Starting off with the Ned heart attack stuff. Once again, could never trust that man. However, Deb is really disappointing me with her reaction to everything and like her blaming Nathan and like the Naley marriage because of it. When you know that deep down it's because she feels guilty that she didn't call 911 because those few seconds were like vital. As a Naley enthusiast who said that her favorite character was Haley last season, girl, you are making it so hard to defend you. I am mad at her currently because kissing fucking Chris, really? So her sister's annoying the shit out of me. However, when she tells her, like, you can't be bitching about your husband's past because you currently have a present, I was like, however, girly, maybe don't be texting randos pretending to be your sister. But I did not see the twist of her and Nathan coming. Other characters I don't like. This dude, am I supposed to be shipping them? Because I'm really not, like, at all. Honestly, just him in general, I can't stand. I don't think I have a positive thing to say about him. More couples. This dude really loves proposing to people. Like, y'all met like a couple weeks ago. Also, do we think that he proposed to her with the same ring he proposed to Karen? Something about this one just, it isn't for me. Let's move on to little Lucas's love interest for this season. And I don't love her. I don't hate her as much as I do Felix, for example. She's just not giving me much. Like, I appreciate her character for representation, specifically because it's like 2004. By Rep was in the trenches. But I'm just not loving her. However, I am loving Brooke in this costume. I think she looks adorable. I'm so really glad Jake's back. I love them. I have 4 suspects for who could have started the fire that can possibly kill Dan Scott. 4th most likely, I have Lucas because he's been trying to end Dan the entire season, but this doesn't feel like something he'd do, at least to me. But it could, but it couldn't, so forth. 3rd most likely I have Keith because, once again, not the vibe from Keith, but you can only take so much shit from a person before you snap, and I feel like the Jules thing might have been him snapping. And then we had that part where like Karen sees him, but then he's not there, so maybe she did see him and he's in town and is gonna like try to attempted murder Dan Scott. Second most likely I have Nathan because he walks into the house like a little awkward and is like, yeah, I have more bags in the car, and then he Deb tells him like, we're gonna be done with this soon, and he's like, yeah, I know we will. How do you know you will? How do you know you will? Number 1 most likely I have Deb. 1, because the bottle had like pill residue. Number 2, she tells Nathan, I've been here the entire night. Like, girl, why'd you have to say that part? But she's the one that told Nathan this will all be over soon. So like, my number 1 now possible suspect is Deb. I was told to record my reaction for episode 16, so I want to do a little recap of my thoughts thus far into the season. First off, Keith is back and I'm so happy. These two, love them. I am so happy they're engaged. I'm so happy they're together in general. Him talking about wanting to adopt Lucas pleased my heart. Also, fuck Dan for trying to get Keith arrested just to ruin their happiness. Hate that man still. On the topic of hatred, I still dislike Rachel, not to the extent that I dislike Dan, obviously, but I don't know if I'm supposed to be shipping these two because I really don't. So onto the tapes. Mouth should have definitely told Brooke that he saw them. I feel like it's just an invasion of privacy. Like, he clearly didn't do it on purpose, but I think that's what he should have told her. Definitely did not see that ending coming to her time capsule video. But I will say that episode when they're talking about colleges and she's like, I'm scared to leave because I'm good at high school. I know high school, but like the real world is scary. I feel like that's what some people feel like, but also I feel like you're gonna do better than you did in high school in the real world unless you peak in high school, which a lot of people do. But I don't think Brooke is going to. At least I hope not. Heart hurts for Peyton. Like, I really enjoyed this storyline. I thought it was really sweet. I thought they had great moments, but I love Peyton. And people hate on Peyton all the fucking time. I love her. And this just, I think it's good that she got to meet her. I don't like that she was lying to her, but whatever, it is what it is. And then her like showing up and seeing her mom dead. Like, please, my poor girl needs a hug. Literally, where's her father? Where is he? He's always gone. Like, girlie needs a support system and she's just not getting it. Loving that Nayli are on the right track here. I still think that they're number 2 to Keith and Karen currently in my ships. But I will say that I think it's very interesting that they're doing like the whole college storyline. Because personally, I didn't really have like a dream college. So people who do, I think that's very interesting how now that they're married, they have to think about that. And they're kind of like willing to give up their dream school for each other. Which I think shows a lot of maturity in there. While still being logical, still being realistic. And I'm really happy for them. I see great things in their future. Thing on Nayli, I know that there was that whole like, oh my god, could she possibly be pregnant storyline that like Nathan was freaking out about. I was like, we're not ready to be parents. One thing that I do know that I got spoiled way before I even started the show is that they do have a kid. I just don't know when that happens. I don't know if that's like now or maybe like into the future, but maybe that's some foreshadowing there. I'm onto the Jimmy storyline, and I don't want to Google anything because I'm pretty sure he's going to go pow pow on the school. And maybe that's why someone wanted me to record my reaction. Maybe that's the next episode. And I don't want it spoiled because I think there's like a 96% chance of that happening. If this show took place in like 2013, I would say that those numbers are at 100%. But it's like 2005, so maybe it's less likely. But I do think that that's going to happen. And I'm interested to see how the show deals with that storyline. I think it could be done really well. Oh my god, I was right. I was literally right. They can literally tell that it was him. I'm so confused. Oh wait, I guess Haley doesn't. Someone in the library. Is that gonna be Peyton? He's gonna see the bat, he's gonna panic, he's gonna attack. I just realized this is Mindy from Drake and Josh. Okay, but also when I was in high school, there was a lot of people's names who I did not know. To be fair, there was like 5,000 students. So like, I wouldn't know your name, dude. Oh my god, she's the one that released the video. It's Rachel. It's Rachel. He just said it's your fault. Yeah, bro, call her out. Call her out. So you're mad at your dad. Go shoot up your dad. I probably shouldn't be saying that. I don't know why, but I feel like they're gonna kiss right now. With the glass, it's the bullet. No wonder the glass made no sense as to why he would have gone through her jeans. Told you. This isn't Brooke's fault though. Why is she making her feel bad about it? So he overdosed. Me when I was absent that 1 week of school and the only person who noticed was my teacher. It's gonna be the one that gets to him though, because they used to be buddies. He just called Lucas a boy. Oh my god, Dan in the corner. In like a sick, twisted way. This is really nice of him. No, it doesn't feel well planned at all. There's clearly no others. I think that was pretty obvious from the beginning. Is this Dan caring about Keith? I don't believe it. Yeah, so you should let them go because let her get to safety. Oh my god. Oh, my heart's beating like crazy because I know they won't kill Lucas and Peyton, but I don't trust that Keith won't die. Oh wait, no, he's speaking FaceTime. Maybe he won't do anything. Not here. What do you mean you're not here? I'm so confused. What's happening? Oh yeah, he's dead for sure. Just cheated, but it's okay because it doesn't count. She was dying. I don't trust him though. I don't trust him. He's gonna do something bad. People told me this was a sad episode, but I don't think that's that sad. I feel like something's gonna happen to him. Yes, yes. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. No, no. Oh yeah, he's dead. He's gonna pretend it's Jimmy, isn't he? And he's gonna get away with it. Oh my god, I hate this man, I hate this man, I hate this man. 2 years later, I'm back. The hospital was a drag. Worst sleep that I ever had. Okay, I'll stop. Okay, Taylor Swift references aside, I have started watching One Tree Hill again. So previously, I had left off in that one cabin episode of season 3. Entitled When It Isn't Like It Should Be. It is episode 18. There was like 3 or 4 different times that I tried getting through this episode and I couldn't. So eventually I just stopped and I like left it there. Been on an uphill ever since. Like now I'm like severely invested in a bunch of characters and storylines and I'm like back in. I finished season 4 episode 11 yesterday and I have so many thoughts, so many like oh my god moments that I've experienced since getting back into the show. Like the season 3 finale had me fucking gagged. Like I was not. It was a lot, okay? It was a lot. Like, from the beginning, I was, like, super invested because there's that scene of, like, Haley's bracelet in the water. And I was like, well, I know nothing happens to Haley. Like, she doesn't die, at least, because I've seen clips of her from later seasons. But I was like, oh, my God, how do we get here? Like, does the wedding not happen? But it does, and it was really cute. Rachel went kind of nuts this episode, but then sometimes I'm like, damn, I kind of love her crazy. Like, it really does give drama. And episodes later, she's hitting on Nathan. I'm like, girl, know your place. Know your place. I've also experienced the Lucas breakup, and unpopular opinion, I've always been more of a Lucas Peyton girl. I know, hold your pitchforks. So I was like, okay. Topic of late, and I have reached the iconic, it's you, Peyton, it's you. You know, like, I've heard that sound before on, like, TikTok. So I've reached that, and I was like, oh, cute. You know what? That entire episode was also fucking crazy. It was so good. It was so good. Like, every single storyline had me on the edge of my seat. Another storyline that had me on the edge of my seat was Peyton's creepy brother who ended up not being her brother, Derek. Was not expecting him to turn out to be a weirdo. It was very entertaining. And, like, damn, poor girl's, like, traumatized, like, heavily fucking traumatized. Like, honestly, poor her. And I know Haley gets pregnant in high school because I've seen clips of it before, but I didn't expect the storyline to be like, oh, they're pretending like it's Brooke that's pregnant. That came out of nowhere. Another thing that came out of nowhere. Homeboy and his hallucinations. Are they hallucinations even? Like, the paint on the wall was real. So I'm very confused. Like, does he have like a split personality disorder and is like doing it to himself? I have no idea. I have questions. I have many questions. And then Jake was back. That was a nice little moment. I really liked these two together. Like I said, I know I'm a Layton girl, like, but I also enjoyed this ship. Yeah, that's what I can think off the top of my head right now. Oh, Karen having a baby. Interesting. Did not expect that, but like kind of cute as like a keeping Keith along. On the topic of Keith, that one episode of Lucas, like in the spirit world, was probably the only episode that I've seen since I got back into the show that I wasn't, like, obsessed with. But I think it's just because I'm not, like, the biggest Lucas girl. Like, he's not my favorite character, not my favorite storylines. But it was still a good episode. I just finished the prom episode of One Tree Hill, and I have so many thoughts, so many feelings. If you're new here, hi, I'm watching the show for the very first time, and this was not something I was expecting in the slightest. I finally got over my Bridgerton brain rot, and I finally was able to watch something else, and I watched both of the prom episodes. Well, like, they're, like, connected. You know what? Let's start. This is what I left off last time, which was, like, a week ago. I've watched, like, 4 episodes this week, and that's it, but Chase has been introduced. Not a fan. Sorry. Don't really care about it. These two have been really cute. Haley has really annoyed me. Like, I used to be a Haley James Scott stan, and now she's annoying the fuck out of me every single turn. Who else is annoying as hell? Glenda. She's like, oh, you don't know my last name. Girl, shut up. It is not that serious. I guarantee you there's multiple people at different schools that don't know each other's last names, even though you're in the same class. Well, I get the point of this episode. I didn't like it. It felt long as hell. Like, longest hour of my life. Being dramatic. There were some good moments, like these two. And I finally got to find out where this, like, iconic picture comes from. Like, that was great. Let's move on to some more interesting storylines, right, don't we? Because last time with the Layton cast, I got some shit being like, Brooke deserves better. They shouldn't do this. Okay, let's talk about it. And I know people are going to have the same defense that Brooke has here, that it's like, you guys are broken up. Yeah, they broke up, what, 20 minutes ago? Doesn't count. I'm sorry. Especially when you know that they're a couple that, like, break up, get back together, break up, get back together all the time. This isn't even me shitting on Brooke, because I think they went way too hard on her, and Peyton was not hard enough on Nathan. Like, let's be for real here, bestie. I know we weren't expecting much because the man was awful. And on the topic of he was being so overdramatic. Like, babe, you knew you married a Bob. Like, he was a slut. He was ran through. Why are you acting surprised? Bevin was so weird for me. Like, you do know, like, how this blows up with Nathan, right? And I feel like this is a great moment to mention Rachel, because one thing that I love about her is that, like, she knows she's kind of an awful person. Like, I love that she recognizes that. And with the slap, maybe I'm horrible too, but I would have gone back at it. Like, girl, you want to play? Have a slap. They're like, she's pregnant. I'm hitting her in the face, not the uterus. She's fine. Please don't take me seriously. I don't condone violence. You know what? There's a couple times when it's acceptable. Moving on. I understand that their friendship is toxic at times, okay? But I love it, and I love them as friends. So I was waiting for that, like, what's gonna piece it together. Now on this side for blocking purposes, but it was literally them saving each other's lives. And I will say, any episode with Derek is just like creepy as hell. It's giving like horror, thriller, slasher. And then given what I now know about the creator of the show, allegedly, is it alleged? I don't even know. But it does make you think, like, oh, that's an interesting choice. Like, it almost adds to it and makes it feel grosser. You know what I mean? Yeah, my jaw's on the fucking floor when she opens the door and it's Derek. Whoa. That episode, I was genuinely like, I know they make it out, but like, at what cost? At what cost? Those acting skills from Miss Peyton Sawyer came to work. Season 4 of Winter Hill has been my favorite so far. It's the one I just finished. I say that I'm about to shit on an episode. The Honeygrove one, I didn't like that episode. And I think my favorite was episode 9, but I'm gonna talk about like the last few here. The reveal of someone knowing that Dan killed Keith under Mindy Crenshaw. Is that her name from Drake and Josh? I believe it was. I enjoyed that storyline the same way I enjoyed Dan's paranoia and him seeing stuff and the blackmail and stuff. But I feel like the blackmailer and the person that was introduced in this episode don't feel like the same person. Like, there's a disconnect there. And like Lucas with the, like, that escalated quick. Making Karen like pass out and going to spontaneous labor. Like, were her and Haley even that far along? Like, they did not look 9 months pregnant. That's just me. Yeah, I could totally be wrong there. But anyways. That whole like dream sequence where we see Keith, I expected for that to be more emotional on my part. It just wasn't. And honestly, I feel like it's because Karen didn't feel like a big character season 4. Like, I think that they should have gone more into like what it means for her to be like pregnant with her dead lover's child. We never got that. I liked Deb this episode though. Really, really did. The graduation, which is just like a staple in any like high school drama. But I loved that for them, and I was glad that Haley got to do her speech. Nathan's mistakes didn't negatively impact her here. On the topic of Nathan, that scene when he's like coming back from the factory and he just looks so tired and like, oh my god, my heart. I feel like I've always had a soft spot for Nathan, but just that scene. Then the graduation gets cut short because of Jamie. And can I just say, for two people who keep being like, oh yeah, we're poor, we're broke, why are you calling an ambulance? Like, just drive to the hospital. It's not that far. Lucas makes it at the same time that Nathan does, when Nathan's the one who goes into the ambulance with Haley. Like, just drive there. But that's beside the point. I also will say that this is the first time that I realized that like Jamie is named after Haley, because his name's James, right? I didn't know that. I just see him in edits that people make. James is Haley's last name. It's like an aha moment for me, you know. When I went to that party, I was not a big fan of it. The storylines just weren't giving what I wanted them to give. And like the cherry on top to my dislike was the juniors like cheering like Happy New Year style when they became seniors. Like that was cringe. I'm feeling very negative, but I really did love this season, okay? I did think it was cute, okay? Like, all the little references, seeing where they're gonna go next year, finding out about Nathan and Haley and Lucas and how they're all gonna be together, all that stuff was cute. The finale in general, I think, felt very underwhelming because there had been such great episodes throughout the season that, like, not much happens this episode. Like, it feels like it's, like, closure, which is nice. And I don't know if maybe it, like, hadn't been picked up for a 5th season. That's why it feels like it's more just wrapping up storylines than giving us something else. But I was not vibing with that. Because I do know there's going to be a time jump after this season, and it's like 4 years later, like post-college years. They somehow all make it back to True Hill. I don't know too many specifics. I know Nathan ends up in a wheelchair. I don't know how that happens. And Lucas is dating some girl and they end up getting married, but like their wedding gets interrupted. Something like that. I've seen the edits, but I don't know much besides that. So I look forward to season 5.
Okay, that's it for part 1. And we've established I'm bad at outrose. Leave me a like, I crave validation. Okay, bye.